Everybody is aware of the shooting that happened at Joel Osteen Church today. Prayers go out to everybody that was involved. I don't know exactly what the situation was with the lady that was shot and killed by the off-duty cop in the church. I'm sure later on this week, after they do investigation, they probably let us know exactly what was going on with the lady. Was she suicidal or whatnot? But it's a sad, sad situation. Although I don't agree with Joel Osteen Church, his doctrine, none whatsoever. But I'm sorry that it happened in his church. But it's life. And we attend church and we believe in God for situations, in case of situations like this. There's no need of spending your life going to church and you are rattled and you don't expect things like this to happen. You should be expecting for such things like this to happen. I feel like a lot of churches and a lot of pastors don't spend enough time preparing the people and letting the people know that death may come by way of violence. So be ready. Think it not strange when it comes. I'm one of those ones who believe that if we believe and trusting in God, we shouldn't have weapons in the church even for security. But I'm not going to pass judgment. It is what it is. Off-duty cop stepped up and did what he had to do. But it's still a terrible situation. I hope that Pastor Joel Osteen would take this situation and really think about what he's teaching and preaching and kind of change his doctrine and give the people the truth instead of keeping the people hooked on, addicted to that sweet preaching, that sugar-coated preaching, and start preaching the truth. Stop entertaining foolishness in his church like Muddill. Stop entertaining just celebrities in the church, in the pulpit. I think Apostle James made that clear about showing favoritism. You got to be willing to treat everybody the same. Celebrities or well-dressed people or people that's not celebrity, even street people, you got to be willing to treat people the same. You can't show favoritism in God's house. You a celebrity. You're a well-known celebrity. You're a movie star. You're a producer. You're a writer. You at the top. So you welcome to come get in the pulpit and have your way. It don't matter that you represent and you have made a living and got rich off of the church and abomination, the drag queen spirit that you introduced and got filthy rich by men bringing that to the church. I seen Joel Osteen. It's on YouTube. He sat there and entertained that spirit. Mud deal. Tyler Perry ain't got no business. Tyler Perry don't have no business nowhere near nobody's sanctuary pulpit talking about preaching and speaking over the crowd, speaking over the congregation. But that's what y'all subject yourselves to, that type of atmosphere. If you're a nobody, like a lot of celebrities look, if you're just considered just an ordinary, everyday person, yeah, all thing you do is get to come to church and sit there and watch and participate money-wise. Go through the motions of church. Participate in worship service and all that. That's another thing I want to hit on. What is true worship service? Jesus said, they that worship me must worship me in spirit and truth. True worship is going to service and going through the motion. Raise your hand. Put your hand down. Kneel down in prayer. Shout. Dance. Cry. Is that true worship? You moving at the command of other people? You program? Is that true worship? Ooh, I got to go to worship service. Ooh, I got to participate in worship service. I'm on the work. Is that true worship? No, it's not. Is anything wrong with it the way they do it? No, it's not. But churches have made that a main part of service, and they have taken it too far. Worship service is a rehearsed thing in church. Some churches, the actors, acting, fake worship stuff. Oh, we on timeline. We got to be right for the cameras. We going to worship for 5 minutes. We going to cut it off. We're going to worship for 15 minutes. We're going to cut it off. We got to go in the preach. Every church is so programish. This is not true worship. Doing everything for the TV. Churches went downhill when they started bringing video commercial cameras in the church. Churches went down here. Everything is made up now. Go to church just to be part of a TV show. God ain't pleased with this stuff. All over the country. Churches got TV deals, book deals. That stuff is not of God. Celebrity preachers, celebrity pastors. My Bible show me a pastor supposed to be right there with his flock at all times. Y'all eat together. Do pretty much everything together. If you're going to church, you might well continue to do it by the Bible. Your pastor live 2 hours away from the church. Y'all don't have no clue. Once you leave church, you don't have no clue where your pastor live at. I ain't never seen his house. Don't have no idea what neighbor, what community he live near. You only see your pastor on Sunday or midweek service, depending on how big the church is. Yeah, a little small churches community. Yeah, they know. But when you start going to the large and the mega church and the super, you dealing with celebrities. That's not of God. Jesus was the only star and the only celebrity. But he lowered himself. He didn't separate himself from the people. He didn't act more than the people, like he was more than the people. He lowered himself, saying, I came to serve. I'm just like y'all. He could demand in anything. He can get in, but he humbled himself and stayed humble all while he walked the earth until he was put to death on the cross. He washed feet. He hung out with the poor. He hung out with, you know what I'm saying? He didn't separate himself. He didn't see himself more than anybody else. Church leaders today really don't know the way of Christ. Look at the mega church pastors. They are lost. They don't know Christ. Joel Osteen ain't preached against sin since he's been a pastor. You ask Joel Osteen about sin, he crumbled. Well, it's not my place. Well, you're not a pastor then. You're not a preacher. Like a lot of people say, he's a motivational speaker that wears the name of pastor. You're not willing to give the people the truth. You're not a pastor. You're not a preacher of Christ. He can't. TV preachers and all can't hardly speak against. Now, John MacArthur, he will certain things. You got certain preachers that will. Certain preachers that won't. But people like Joel Osteen and Jakes and all them, when they cater to the LBGQT community, they ain't gonna preach against sin. They done made a lot of, they churches are well supported by that money. Joel Osteen church is well supported by Tyler Perry money. Tyler Perry money had supported T.D. Jakes' church. Dirty money, filthy money. Y'all need to start thinking about this stuff. What kind of money is running through them churches? All money ain't good money. Billionaire movie producers and all that, they not living according to the scriptures. Y'all ain't got no business taking no money from them. That's dirty. That's just like drug money. That's dirty money. Man ain't made his money. Man ain't made his money in no holy way. The Bible said go out there and work. Work. You gonna go out there and make money by using a drag queen spirit and bring it right on into the church. That's how Tyler Perry got rich. Churches open their doors and welcome that stuff. Y'all being led right to hell by one of these super rich preachers. I'm just gonna tell you how it is. They don't know the way of Christ. Money is all they see. They think just because everything they doing is prospering, they think it's right. Worship service. Can't nobody tell you how to worship. Now, you go to church, everything should be done decently and in order. But it's nothing but a program now. Go to church to worship. Put your hands up. Like I say, fall, faint. You move at their command. Faint. And now get up. Now sit down. Get up. Clap your hand. Dance. Sing. It's program. It's not fellowship. Again, sorry to hear about what happened at Joel Osteen Church today. I hope everything work out. Don't know what the lady, what her situation was. Not gonna try to touch it. Don't know. Pray for the child. Pray for everybody that's involved. That was involved. Don't know what the mission was. But we don't think it not strange when this stuff happen. Be ready.